All right. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah. Halfway through the week. We're on the downslope. We're on the downslope. That it really did feel like this week is flying by. I mean, Monday and Tuesday. So I'm a little late hopping on today because it's a process I started yesterday. But so if you guys remember, I didn't go to Machu Picchu. I was ready. I had the outline pretty much done for my next book, and I just needed to go to Machu Picchu to see Lima, to see Cusco specifically, and to see the actual, the Machu Picchu itself. And my flight got canceled, and so yesterday I didn't go to the gym. Instead of going to the gym, I spent a shit ton of time on hold. So I'm gonna tell you how shitty this fucking getting this refund is. So the flight, what happened was, I got to the airport on Wednesday, June 22nd, and my flight, everything was great. Fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon. My flight got delayed for an hour, then delayed for an hour, and then it got canceled. Okay, so that's the shitty part, right? Canceled, I couldn't make my flights. And then I could not get to Cusco in time to make my train to get to Machu Picchu. It's like a 4 or 5 hour train from Cusco to Machu Picchu, which really makes you think, like, how long did it take for the fucking Incans back in the day to get to Machu Picchu from this seat of power? Because Cusco was the seat of the Incan Empire. They called it. It was where the 4 Suyus kingdoms met. So, anyways, flight got canceled. Delta, super apologetic. Of course we'll refund your flight. Of course. This, that, and the other. Okay. Well, come to find out, it wasn't a Delta flight. They can't. I called Delta yesterday. This is the first place I called. I thought it was going to be a simple. Sorry, I have something in my eye. I thought it was going to be a simple thing. Let me just call Delta. They canceled my flight. Okay, here's your refund, sir. And what about and I wanted to hit them up about the flights that I didn't. That I booked separately on the way back, because I was like, hey, you know what? I didn't go to those flights because y'all canceled my motherfucking flight. So I thought it was going to be this simple ass process of just kind of calling, get the stamp, get your fucking flight money, or get your refund. But it was not a Delta flight, technically. It was operated by Delta, but it was a LATAM flight. So Latin American Airlines, LATAM. So talking to the Delta person, they were like, you're going to have to call LATAM, or you're going to have to call the travel agent that you booked on. So I booked it on Kayak. And so I had to go through, so I booked on Kayak. So I could either call, according to Delta, I could either call LATAM or I could call Kayak. So I chose Kayak because I already know LATAM Airlines has this thing where your refunds, they're like super generous with their refunds, but it's not because they refund you. They just give you credit. And I don't want this fucking credit because I'm not going to fly with them again. I just don't want the credit, right? Like, it doesn't matter why. I just don't want the fucking credit. So I just want my money back. This is terrible experience. I just want my fucking money back. And so I don't call LATAM because I don't want credit. Well, I instead called Kayak Chat Deal. And so I called them yesterday. I was on hold forever. Then they sent me a live chat. They say, like, come on, listen to this shit. I'm on the phone holding, and then they're like, after like 20 minutes, they're like, hello, all of our agents are busy right now. We are experiencing higher than normal call volume, whatever. Please take advantage of our live chat option on our website or send us an email. Goodbye. And I was like, are you fucking shitting me right now? Like, they literally just kicked me off the phone call. So then I sent an email. I was like, I filled out the form. I sent an email to them. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I just need my refund. I just need my refund. Like, I didn't cancel. I didn't back out of this flight. My flight was canceled. I was at the fucking gate. Like, I just need my money back. So I left the thing, and then I got a call last night at 9:30 at night, and I was like, what the fuck? I'm not answering. Like, I don't care who it is. It could be the fucking devil himself. I'm not answering the fucking phone at 9:30 at night. So get on the, like, I called them back today, and then I get on the phone, and then they were like, well, we can't issue a refund because Latam Airlines does not say that the flight was canceled. So Delta says the flight was canceled, but Latam didn't put it into their system that the flight was canceled from this kind of like partner flight. I was like, oh my god. So now Kayak put a request into Latam to see if the flight was canceled in the first place. One, which it was. I think it's fucking like. Two, they put in to know what options I have. Like, I'm not even guaranteed my money back for the outbound flight, let alone the other two flights that I was coming back on. And mind you, this is a $1,200 trip. And so it's like, what the fuck is going on right now? And so, to be honest with you, I'll wait to see what Latam says with what's it called? With what Latam says, and so see if they get the money back. But there's no way. I mean, I just don't see any possible. I don't even know who to talk to get the money back for the 2 missed flights on the way back home. And so it is infuriating and a half trying to deal with this. And I really just want to call my airline and my credit card and just be like, hey, like these people are dicks. What can I do? Can you help me? So, yeah. So that's my day today. I did not I was late to my thing because I was on the phone with we're trying to figure out all this shit. And like so far my only options is wait to see what Chat Deal has, what the Chat Deal when they talk to Latam Airlines, what they can do for me and whether I can get credit or refund. Then I would have to put a form in for Delta on corporate to try and get them to refund me for the flights back because they canceled my flights. Shit's insane, man. So yeah, so I guess now I'm just gonna crank out my work on my outline. Gonzalo Pizarro, Gonzo in the realm of 4 parts, the realm of the 4 Suyu. Wait, the Spanish didn't conquer the Incas, right? They just gave them. No, they did. They conquered the So Francisco Pizarro led the petition King Charles, and then he got the land rights. And so Francisco Pizarro and this other guy Diego de Almagro split the whole from Ecuador all the way down to Chile, and they owned it. They conquered it. And then what they did was they first kidnapped the emperor. His name was Atahualpa. They kidnapped the emperor, held him hostage. Then they installed a puppet emperor, and then the puppet emperor split off and rebelled. And then the Spanish, yes, in search of gold. Yeah, they were looking for El Dorado, and then Atahualpa actually promised, like, dude, there was so much gold. They were using it for everything. Like the emperor's house, they used gold as like spoons and like just the most random bullshit just because they thought it looked good. Like they didn't have the same amount. Like they didn't think of it as money. They thought of it as the sun, like a physical embodiment of the sun. And so they used gold all over their palette, dude. Their walls, just so much gold. So like there's a, it's what I thought was an urban legend, but it's actually true that the Incan emperor, after he was kidnapped by the Spaniards, he promised them a room, like dude, like way bigger than this room, like an actual full blown room filled with gold and then twice of silver. So why are you writing about it? Because there's one of the brothers of Francisco Pizarro. One, it's going to be a story, so it's not going to be like nonfiction. It's going to be it's going to be a almost like a villain highlight, like because one of the brothers, Gonzalo Pizarro, is the one I'm going to write about. He the Incan emperor and the Spaniards had a tentative truce, and if the truce had held, there's a reasonable expectation that Quechua, which is the Incan language, the Quechua would still be here. There would be a lot of Incan influence on society, but instead, Gonzalo Pizarro took the queen, the Incan queen, and raped her, and that caused the emperor to rebel, and so that kind of like after that, the Spaniards erased the Incan Empire, I guess, or they did their best to kind of the Incan Empire didn't have the same influence on the future. Didn't Incas sacrifice people? Yeah, they did, and so did like they were, but their biggest thing was mummies. So they had mummies very similar to the Egyptians. They would, so they believed that the rulers could still kind of function in their house, and so even after Incan nobles would die, their staff of their mansion or their manor, their staff would continue functioning for the house because the mummy would be in that house or like close by, because they thought that the noble, when the noble came back, they would want the same continued existence. So and then Gonzalo, like the Pizarro, I mean, these people are just bloodthirsty. The Pizarros, the Spaniards, they're just bloodthirsty, and they're doing everything in the name of Christ, but it's really not Christian anything. It's just they would go. Didn't they pray to the sun and cut people's hearts onto pyramids? So they didn't have the same pyramid as like their pyramids aren't as well known as like the Mayan and the Aztecs. Their big thing wasn't necessarily praying they cut out people's hearts on a pyramid. That is honestly, that's more Aztecs and Maya. The Inca are gold. If you need to think of anything, just think gold. They had gold everything, and they had a very egalitarian society. So the Spaniards actually, like, it's funny because a lot of people will talk about they want like tax the rich or like socialism, right? But it's like, yo, that shit existed, and then the Spaniards came and ruined it. So it's just the Spaniards almost were the barbarians, because the Incans, and this is why I want to write the book, so people will know about this. The Incans had a very well-oiled machine of tax collection and food distribution and food production that sustained massive urbanization, and it all got destroyed because the Spaniards were looking for gold and they were looking for souls for the Pope. So the Pope wrote, like, pretty much signed a document saying, sure, Portugal and Spain, you get all this land, and anyone you meet has to become Christian. And so everything they did was all justified because they just said they were finding Christians. And like, so they just destroyed everything, spread diseases, and killed. So for example, there's when the Pizarro brothers and the priests first met the Incan emperor. The Incan emperor waltzed into town and for a meeting with a guy that he's like, hey, these newcomers. It was in the place called Cajamarca. It's like these newcomers, we'll meet them. I'll meet them, see what's up. And he went into town, and the Spaniards sent out the single priest by himself, and the priest read from the book, but the Incans don't speak Spanish, and so they had no idea what the fuck was going on. And so the priest said something to the effect of like, this land belongs to King Charles, and this land belongs to Christ, and if you don't want, like, if you don't convert to Catholicism, we're going to take your land. And so, but he said, the priest said this without, there's like no way that the emperor knew what he was talking about. And so as soon as the priest said this, he backed up, and the next thing you know, the Spaniards rushed out. Mind you, this is just like a friendly talk, or like they're just showing up and like in a meeting. The Spaniards rushed out from all the walls. They stormed out with their horses and killed thousands of Incans, and they didn't lose it. And the Incans didn't kill a single one of them. And so they call it the battle. It's not a battle. It was a massacre. They literally just killed everyone. And that's it was like a game for them. It's kind of disgusting if you know the some of the accounts of killing that the Spaniards engaged in. So, but this is why I want to write the book, so I can help people understand what really happened in history and what their society was like, and who the aggressors were. They're connected only in that they all existed around the same time and in the same geographical area. But there's evidence that the Mayans and the Aztecs had some shared trade routes, but the Incans were so far down that they're by themselves. So if you're familiar with South America and Central America, let's say here I'll say this is like Central America, and then this would be the Yucatan Peninsula. So here's Mayans, and then here is Aztecs. But the Incas are all the way down here, and they're just too far away to really have much connection. And so and the Incans are, think, Pacific, so they're on the Pacific coast, and so they would have their rivers. They would navigate the rivers that went to the Pacific Ocean, and then the Maya and the Aztecs were more towards the Atlantic. White people killing people is nothing new. Spanish, Portuguese, French, English, all were the same. Yeah, exactly. And there's actually a good book about this, it's called American Holocaust, but it just talks about the absolute staggering numbers of lives that were lost as a result of the Spanish conquest. And so it's really interesting. Let's see if I can. American Holocaust book. It's by David Stannard. It's pretty interesting, just the concept of it. I know that the Aztecs died off from Spanish smallpox. Yeah, so the same thing happened. So it's actually really, really fascinating, and this is also why. So dude, I could talk about this shit all day. So before Pizarro even got there, the ruler, the emperor, I think his name was what the fuck is his name? I want to say Titu Cusi, but it's not. Anyways, I think it's Huayna Capac. So he died from a disease. We don't know what, but people think it's smallpox. His successor died. Then Huascar and Atahualpa, they were the two sons, and then they started battling, and Atahualpa ended up winning and met the Spaniards. But the Spanish smallpox had already crept down from the Mexico Yucatan area down into the Incan Empire, and so that already started had already started weakening the Incan Empire before the Spaniards even arrived. So that was a thing too. And so I think that's where there's I'm trying to decide where I want to start my book, because there's a couple areas that are like really cool one-on-one interactions. So for example, the Incan Emperor Atahualpa went to an oracle, and the oracle told him that fighting Huascar, his brother, um, was going to be the end of him. And so Atahualpa, the former emperor, the future emperor, killed the oracle. But during this oracle trip, he also heard about the Spaniards' arrival in the first place. And so I think that might be where I'm going to start. But I also not sure if I want to focus on the priest who walked out from among the Spaniards in hiding and met the Incan emperor for the first time, and and just they kind of paint this picture about like the thousands of warriors and the emperor on his retinue. Activities are unusual. Are they cultural? I have these ones you see are not necessarily, they're not cultural. They're just, I just thought they look cool as fuck, and so I got them. But these hands, everything on these hands is also on my shoulders. So I have hands on my shoulders also. And so the same tattoos are on the tattoos, if that makes sense. I do have my leg done as well, and my leg is Mayan. So my grandmother was full indigenous from El Salvador, from kind of the highlands of El Salvador. And that's where I started getting into the indigenous history of the Spanish Conquest, because after she passed away from COVID, I got really into the history of the Maya civilization, and found out about the priest who burned the Mayan books. So there's a priest who pretty much, he got really upset because the Maya people would not give up their idols, and in a fit of rage, he tortured and killed a fuck ton of them, and ended up burning like dozens, if not hundreds, of their texts. And their texts are extremely there's only four existing still, and they're extremely detailed. And so it's just kind of disgusting when you think about this angry priest just tortured and murdered and burned a bunch of culture just because he was pissed off. And it's like, wow, is the film apocalypto accurate? It is pretty accurate. It's not like the most accurate thing ever, but it's accurate enough for what they're trying to do. I have a TikTok account with sniping clip. Tom, really? Send me the link, bro. I'll follow you. And it's doing well. How's the writing? Writing is good, man. I'm really kind of coming along with the character of Gonzalo Pizarro. I'm coming along with the history of the different events that are necessary. How's your shit going? How's your writing going? Ooh, Tom, are you making a run for the for Twitch COD? Nah, I stopped writing for now. Okay, yeah. Just taking a bit of a break. Got nothing to write about. It's all good, man. You'll know when it's time. You'll know when it's time. Let me see. Oh, so you're gonna try? Are you trying to stream on to stream Vanguard regularly? It's tough. I mean, writing keeping up a writing schedule is very tough. Yeah, for sure. But especially if you're running out of things to write about, like even for example, this outline I've been working on, I don't plan on. I'm probably not even gonna write in. I'm not even gonna write it probably until September 1st. So like September will be my manuscript, because I'll try and start on the first of the month type of thing, or the first full week of a month. Um, but I don't, and I would love to start this in August. And if I'm done, I will start this in August. But just looking at the books I have to read and looking at the amount of research that I've done and have to do, I just don't see this one being ready to go by this outline be ready to go by August 1. So that's why I'm like, okay, but September 1 I can definitely get to. But it's like there's like a huge research kind of phase, and then a big push come September, big push to get into to get the book out. So I should be able to finish the book in like 2 months. So like by November, for sure by Thanksgiving, this book will be done. Oh, Tom, follow me back. Follow me back. Nice, nice. I was wondering where you've been, Tom. No wonder you haven't stopped by. You're not writing that much anymore. Do you feel weird without it? Were the Mayans the people who disappeared? No, 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 not at all. The Mayans are still there. Um, the Mayans are if you go to Mexico and Merida and kind of near the Cancun area, there is a very like a pretty substantial and thriving Mayan culture. So they are not the ones who disappeared. The Incans, there's a lot of remnants of the Incan Empire. I'm trying to think of the Aztec. I haven't done a lot of research on Aztecs, so I can't tell you definitively if what their next step was after the Spanish Conquest. Nah, just the writing is kind of coming to a close. It had a nice spurt. Yeah, I mean you did. You were pushing there for a while. I guess you just lost a little steam. I thought when you had some good success with the blog, I thought that was going to be. I thought you were going to keep snowballing with that one. It's a totally new book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a brand new book that's going to be very similar to this one. That's going to be similar to this guy. And so if you scroll down, same thing. It's the book that's linked there. Creepy ape. Thanks for following, buddy. Yeah, so it's gonna have like it's almost like a historical fiction. Um, and I mean, I'm gonna try and I'm not gonna make any claims of being 100% accurate, but it is. I mean, it's pretty close. Like if you read the book where they burn books, they also burn people, and you know what happened. Like Furby did a lot of research before she even found my book, and then she was like, "Oh shit! Like there's a lot of like this actually happened." I was like, "Yeah, I know," and so it's going to be almost like a fictionalized account of actual events, if that makes sense. I wonder if there's like a better word. Let's see. Fictionalized account. So it's like, yeah, fictionalized account, I guess, is going to be probably the best way to describe it. Because it's going to follow what's his face, the main character Gonzalo. It's going to follow him, but it's just going to be like there's no way I know exactly what they said. There's no way. Yeah, novelized, exactly. Have you visited any museums for research? Historical fiction hug, exactly. Have you visited any museums for research? No, I have not. I did do the I went to Chichen Itza when I was doing research for my most recent release. It's called Jesus Chan and the Return of Mayan Magic. That's almost like a YA novel, like very much like a fantasy story type of thing. Whereas these ones I'm writing now, it's a lot of primary sources and like, well, I guess it would be secondary sources. I don't know. But let's put it this way: a lot of old ass stuff written by a bunch of old ass people in like the 1800s, and then their stuff is based on stuff that was like heard or said in the 1600s. Because this stuff all happened in, I think the Pizarro landed in 1536, if I'm not mistaken. No, 1532. So the massacre of Cajamarca was in 1532, And so we're coming up on, you know, 600 years here. Oh no, 500 years. Sorry, I can't. My maths aren't mathing right now. But we're coming up on half a millennia, and so it's like, okay, like there's a lot of the information has been lost. I mean, but then again, a lot of the information about the Maya, like I said, there's only 4 Mayan books that exist today, um, and like any and the dude that burned them, he's the one who said there was only a couple dozen. And it's like, dude, I don't fucking believe you because one, there's no way he would like. Why would you report your own shit? And two, he collected so much. Like they sent thugs out all over the land to collect the Mayan books, artifacts, idols, and then he just burned them all. So So Tom, have you put any other blog posts up, or are you really just stepping back for right now? I mean, I guess historical fiction and fictionalized history are like the same thing. Stepping back, okay. I remember reading a French comic book about an Incas called Prisoner of the Sun long ago. Oh, Prisoners of the Sun. Let me look that up. No more Giles, Tom. What did Giles say? Oh, dude, the poetry was solid. That could be good. I don't have the mental strength for it right now. Yeah, man. Whatever you can do, that's what you knock out. You need to contact him. Gotcha. Comic was called Tintin. Okay. Let's see here. The Adventures of Tintin? I've heard of that. It had something with Inca? Oh, here we go. The Mystery of the Incan Empire. Tintin.com. This is interesting. Story was in 2 books. I didn't know that Tintin had these types of kind of informative history type of things. That's interesting. Oh yeah, here you go. I found one. It's like in the world of Inca, 2 favorite Tintin adventures: the 7 Crystal Balls and Prisoners of the Sun. Oh, they take him to the Andes Mountains. Okay, interesting. You can read French, or is it like a French comic in English? All right, let's see what we got here. So I read the English. Oh, okay. Puppet Emperor. And then after they get the Puppet Emperor installed, they go to Cusco. Brief battle with Kiskis. And so I think Kiskis is going to be the main villain. Even though we know that Gonzalo Pizarro is the villain, but within the book, Kiskis is the villain because he's opposite of the main character. So Gonzalo made regidor with his brother Juan. Where's Hernando? Dude, there's a character named Hernando, and I type Hernandez because that's my last name, and it's like muscle memory. I just go easy. I'm just like fuck. City split into factions. Now, why did it split into factions? That's what we gotta look up. So there's a guy, Diego de Almagro, who, along with Francisco Pizarro, got the half of the Peru in the Spanish Conquest, but he ended up being executed by the Pizarro brothers. There was 5 Pizarros, 2 pairs of half brothers, and then 1 first cousin. Let's see, conquest of Peru. Okay, De Almagro joined Pizarro soon afterward, bringing more men in arms. Cusco, huh? Like the Disney film. I've never seen that. Here, let me see. So Cusco was the capital of the Incan Empire. Emperor Cusco. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, this has got to be around Inca. I mean, set in an Incan Empire. Yeah, dude, I should watch this just so I can see what people know about. I would definitely watch that, and I have Disney Plus, so that's gonna be an easy one. City. When did the city split into factions though? That's. Oh, dude, I could zone out to some of these Disney films so easily. De Almagro leaves Cusco. What? In 1532, yep, okay. After Peru fell to Spanish, but Pizarro and de Almagro worked together as, okay. Empire, their fellow. From Guatemala. There's so many conquistadors in this area. There's Pedro de Alvarado, Sebastián del Belalcázar, Pizarro, Diego de Almagro. And 34. So when did they take? Almagro leaves Cusco. So this is the problem because right now I'm just trying to make a tentative timeline just from based on Wikipedia. But even Wikipedia, it's not like clear because they mix a bunch of sources. And so then I'll flesh it out with like actual books and actual like documents and studies and whatever, what academic papers, whatever it may be. But then, so after Gonzo Meredor, Balquisquis, I think de Almagro chases QQ to Quito. Both Pizarro and Almagro left towards Cusco and took the city in 1533. However, de Almagro's friendship so in 1534, the Spanish crown split the region. And so that's where Francisco Pizarro got the top, and Diego de Almagro got the bottom. And then he left on 1535. Almagro leaves Cusco. City splits into factions. Yeah, I don't know when the to Quito. Almagro leaves Cusco. Okay. Okay. Almagro left Cusco on July 3rd, 1535. Leaves Cusco in 1535. So I'll probably need to run through and do a year by year. So like right now, this is just like big events that, because there's more than a few main characters, not main characters, there's only one main character. More than a few big important characters. And so trying to keep like keep the what the big events are is okay, but I think I'm gonna need to end up making like a timeline for based on the years that they occurred. So we gotta have a note for this. Diego de Almagro. And then where did I see that it's split into factions? This is where the books are gonna come into play and be very useful. All right, Gonzalo Pizarro. Speaking of the Spanish stealing gold, have you seen the Jabara episode? Dude, Love, Death, and Robots. I have it on my list. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Season 3, episode 9. Okay, I'll check it. I just haven't watched. Like I've seen season 1 and 2 already. And I just need to watch season 3. But if you've seen season 2, there's a have you seen season 2? There's an episode where there's a kind of like a lonely dude in the desert, and he's I'm trying to think of how to set the scene. He's like a gunfighter, and then there's like, and he goes and buys a strawberry or something in the from the guy, and then at the end of the episode you find out he's a android or a robot or whatever. And that's actually like very similar to one of my books. So I thought it was the coolest thing. Oh, okay. It's cool. Season 2 is really good. And so I mean I've had season 3 on my list. But I just haven't gotten around to it yet. All right, so we found out this is all pretty much the same. So what happened was, um, too busy playing around on Reddit, right? No, too busy watching Obi-Wan Kenobi and shit. And I still haven't. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna finish that because I don't know. There's like scenes. There's specific scenes in the last two Star Wars shows that have just turned me off, and I'm just like, ugh. Like I can't. I can't do this anymore. There was in Boba Fett. There was the scene when Grogu is training and he like I can believe that there is a super secret samurai type warrior with extra armor who has a super secret fucking pole of super secret metal. But when I saw Grogu jumping between these rocks and just like dodging stuff, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I'm it was like it just pulled me out of the story so fast. And the same thing when I watched in Obi-Wan, when I watched Princess Leia running away from like full-grown men and like doing these like ridiculous like somehow I'm supposed to believe that this 3 or 4 year old child who's shown no aptitude for physical excellence as an adult, so somehow she's this super child, like she's this avatar type 12-year-old, not even 12, 8-year-old, 7-year-old, whatever it is. Okay, I get that. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Luke having those type of things because he's Luke Skywalker in the future, right? He's like almost like a okay. It's almost like when Harry Potter makes the glass in front of the snake disappear, and so it's like okay, we don't know why the magic shows up, but down the road you figure he's gonna have some magic, right? Like that's the thing. Now it would be very weird if we knew Harry Potter as an adult is a damn near muggle. Boy never uses magic. There's no magic. He just doesn't use magic. But when he was a kid, now he's showing these magic things. It's like, wait a minute, something doesn't add up here. Why is Leia a complete normie in the OG series, and as an adult, just a normal ass lady, inspiring to be sure, but she's a normie. And then she has the Force as a child. Like, no, I don't mind having magic, and I don't mind the Force. I just don't like the logical inconsistencies. Like, how can a child manipulate, be in whatever by the Force, and then show zero? She isn't the Force's plot. I mean, ain't that the motherfucking truth? Grogu's extremely force sensitive, hence why the Empire was trying to capture them. Yes, exactly, and I think he's very force sensitive. But that scene, and it's almost, dude. To be honest with you, it's just something they did something similar with like a CGI scene for little Leia running, because it was like uncomfortable to watch because I just don't believe. Not even I don't believe this, but it's just they did something. Like I'm convinced there's like some technique of whatever. Like I can't stand it because it's just like, yo, this like you can't make me believe this. Like it's one thing to like magic and the Force, right? Like I can be like, okay, I'm believing. But like you can't trick my eyes. Like you're like, okay, the best way to say it, Leia was running, and somehow they like made her running like they made her little person body move faster through the landscape, and it was very jarring for me. Magic and Force aren't logical. When Yoda hopped around, did it make sense to you? No. Like look. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like Grogu, it's like something to do with the animation and the like filming technique that I don't like. Like it's jarring to me. Kind of, yeah. It's just like kind of clicks the wrong way. Acute, is that supposed to be typing? If we're talking about Star Wars. The Force is like parasites which are attached to the Jedi or something, right? I guess you can have them and lose them. Yeah, I guess I don't know actually. Nah. Midichlorians were intelligent microscopic life forms that lived symbiotically inside the cells of all living things. Interesting. Dude, there's something about the cinematography. I'm telling you, it's like they did the same thing in these two scenes that just are so, like, it's like seeing her little Leia body, like she's like a fucking 8-year old, and so it's like they're showing her move through the landscape faster than her legs are carrying her, and so it's like this kind of like weird CGI-ness thing, and I'm like, that doesn't look right. Like it's just not normal. Nah, it's a Mashin trigger for drum samples. Oh wow. Oh yeah, I forgot you're a music guy. Is it Maschin or Maskin? Maybe Maskin? It's going, man. Just working on some research stuff, getting sidetracked with with Star Wars and Marvel. They're talking about stories that make sense in their universe. They just don't translate in screen because the shows are being cheap. Exactly like I don't mind. I don't mind even reading about Leia outrunning these XYZs because she can cut faster or whatever it is. Like I don't mind reading about Grogu jumping from rock to rock. But when you see a puppet twisting and turning in midair, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like this is a puppet. And then same thing with Leia. It's like this is a little girl. Like I don't. I just find it so hard to believe. Like even if you have the Force on your side, that a little girl can outrun all these grown ass men. Like I just have such a hard time believing that. And then it's just like, but even if they did it, I don't think I'd even be upset. It's just this weird, like I don't know, the way they filmed it and shit, and the way they showed it. They needed more money. If they're gonna do this crazy shit, they needed more money to make it really believable. But Rey could be a master pilot, never flying a jet before coming from a desert planet. See, well, exactly. That's where the logic shit comes through. You're right. Like Rey's. So I mean, some of the Skywalker clan bullshit, I can definitely see is like It's like a logically flawed. Like I agree with that. Um, but it's not filmed weirdly. It's not like this like weird. I'm not looking at a plane that like is like suspended in one place while the world goes by behind it. Like whatever they did, it like just fucked with my eyes, and I'm just like, I hate this. Machina. I know German is strange to put into phonetics. Oh, okay. And Acute, do you use one of those for your music production? This is why Star Trek is the superior series and anime is the best cartoon art medium. Dude, I'm really kind of bummed though. I thought for sure I'd be like chomping at the bit to finish Obi-Wan. And I'm just like, it just kind of fizzled for me. Like it was just like, it could have been a movie. It's like you don't need to make 6 episodes. Like why are there 6 episodes of this shit? Like I don't need to see like the tensions in the Sith. I guess there's Sith or like the Vader's little hunting team. Even the tensions within that little hunting team, I was just like, okay, like I don't know. It was too much. A majority of that process is tedium and product is what counts though. Roland samples sounds oh okay. I don't what are Roland samples? Roland samples. Oh, like a synthesizer, maybe. Mm, mm. Whoa, what's those numbers for? They should have hired you. Well, I mean, honestly, it's like they were huge in hip hop for a while. Oh, okay. Oh, like 808s and Heartbreak, or whatever the fucking album is, Kanye's. Should have hired you for the writers' room, dude. I don't even know because it's like okay. Let's put it this way: even writing this, and even saying it out loud, it does like Grogu jumping around in a Grogu training scene, dodging the whatever. It sounds reasonable. That's like from a writing perspective. That doesn't sound like this over the top this over the top thing. But then when you just like literally are just like throwing a puppet in the air so it can do some flips, and you're like, oh yeah, nailed it. We got a good shot on that. And then you just like, it's like this doesn't work. And there's nothing. It's not even the writing. It's just like the cinematography. I want to hear what Parappa has to say about this. What's 808 Mafia? Oh, I just looked it up. Gotcha. Album name, single titles. You'll find 700 pages of backup articles on how to use them correctly. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, even just the fact that there's a group called 808 Mafia. There's an album. It's like, dude, this shit's ubiquitous. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like what's it called? Parappa would have, man, motherfucker, this is not common-ish. It's common for you. It's not common for me. And I would throw up some Latino shit, but you're married to one, so you're starting to get all the fucking, you're like an inside track. So I unfortunately, I'm gonna have to throw you common-ish on my white side. I got one in the room over here, and I got half in here. Oh, what? You never heard Kenny Chesney's third album? You never heard Kenny Chesney's third album? Dang! What's wrong with you? How you not know that? How you not know Josh Grayson? You know the guy that was on American Idol? What? How you not know Josh Grayson? That's crazy. Dabs is who? Kenny Chesney or Josh Grayson? Oh yeah, true. God damn it, Hudson. You did live in Nashville. I'm gonna have to dig deep. Is Dabs another artist? You're not winning this one. Damn. My dude, I was gonna say, I was like, I gotta chill with my Chinese and my Indian friends. Be like, what's good? Yes, and I plug in everyone because nobody have asked yet does. DAVS. Let's see. DAV or say DVZ. Music. Nollywood. What's Nollywood? Nigerian. That's true. That's true. Dabs music. uh, Does Dabs have a SoundCloud? Oh, here we are. Yeah, I'll look. I'll listen on this. I think I'm logged in already. Yeah, I am. Oh, he's Dutch. Is that the right one? Acute? Netherlands? Dutch boy? Where's Hernando? No, our beloved is an Aussie. Oh shit, I just followed the wrong dude then. Let me undo that. As cruel fate would have it. I thought I saw one on his SoundCloud. Oh yeah, from Australia. Oh, here's his SoundCloud. Dude, he's got some cool ass names. Stranded on an exoplanet, Endless Paracosm, Flora and Fauna, One Final Visit, A Feeling Like No Other, Crepuscular Rays. Here, we're gonna listen to Crepuscular Waves real quick. Dude, tell me why Crepuscular Waves sounds like it could be a trace rifle. Don't know much about Euro rap or Australian stuff. Do you know about, hold on, do you really know about New Zealand hip hop? Like, Flight of the Conchords doesn't. Flight of the Conchords doesn't count. Probably because it had its wave in the name. No, this was Crepuscular Rays. But dude, a trace rifle named Synthwave would be fucking cool as fuck. Flora and Fauna. That could be like Sturm and Strang. Or what is it? What the fuck is them I thinking of? Sturm and Drang? Sturm and Drang? Yeah. Anyways. Check out Morse Gang. Morse Gang. This is no, this is New Zealand. This is New Zealand hip hop. Dude, we really are.
Now all I see is copycats claiming that they can body that. Call the gang, we leave them up in the body bag. If y'all don't get it, we taking all of them shots, leaving dot, leaving scene in the bar. They talk like Spanny, my bar. That shit ain't heavy, my bar. They say they drillers, but they living on that Benny, my bar.
Interesting. How did you, hold on, Hudson, how did you find Morse Gang? New Zealand hip hop. I just don't know where I would encounter New Zealand hip hop on vigilante music. I'll look up vigilante music. I can't see anything about that one. I think, is that dude Maori? That's cool as shit. Where's Hernando? So Hernando. Was the Mongrel Gang documentaries. Dude, how is mongrel a banned word for bullying? That seems so weird. Well, I followed Acute. I followed Davs on SoundCloud. So I'll give it a listen. I do like one Australian rap group. 1-4 is tough. So Acute, we're on the path to world domination. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and take over the world. All right, so we're looking to try and figure out. So Gonzalo and Juan were made were put in charge of Cusco, right? That's a whole lot. Gonzalo and Juan were left in charge of Cusco, but I'm trying to figure out where Hernando was because I'm pretty sure sent back to. Oh, he was sent back to Spain. So he went back to Spain in 1534. Then 1535, Fernando went back to Spain with Royal Fifth. Pizarro and Almagro. Oh, I should write Francisco because they're all Pizarros. Francisco, Pizarro, and Almagro. Land boundaries changed. When you put debauchery in the outline, are we talking smut? Did I really have the sentence debauchery? Oh, because dude, this is where shit hits the fan. Is because they just start like they're first in charge of Cusco, and then Francisco Pizarro leaves to go found, and he founded Lima, and the three brothers, the younger brothers, are pretty much being dicks, and then they're, raping women, doing whatever drugs, drinking, just taking whatever they want, and then that's where I just wrote descent into debauchery. The best drugs. Actually, I don't know. I'm trying to think like what they had. They had coca leaves. They had alcohol. I think that's it. Drug scene in the Incan Empire wasn't what you'd think. I thought it was gonna be a lot cooler. I'll be honest. Graphic. I'm gonna on the book cover. I'm gonna have Gonzo and the Gonzo in the realm of 4 parts. I think Gonzo in. I like that. Gonzo in the realm. Gonzo in the realm of 4 parts. That's a pretty good title. But right underneath that, I'm gonna put 5 chili peppers, so everyone knows that this is spicy. Parappa, did you? I wanted to get you in here because I have a question for you. Did you see the Did you see the two shows? Did you see Boba Fett? Specifically, the scene when Grogu was training with the Mandalorian. And did you see the newest Obi-Wan Kenobi? Specifically, when Leia is outrunning the mercenary men. Because I was telling Hudson that even if I had if I had read those scenes, I don't think I'd be that I wouldn't have a problem with them per se. But it's when I watched them and the way that they were filmed just they just stuck in me the wrong way. All the Star I just need three more Obi-Wans and then I have seen all the Star Wars content. But those two specific scenes, I don't know what it is about them, but they just it's like the way that they were filmed bugged the shit out of me. And I was like thinking, trying to put my finger on it, and like the only thing I can come up with that they did that like jarred my senses is like maybe they just like somehow separated Leia from the background, and then made the background go faster than Leia was running, and so there's just kind of like this disconnect between how fast uh she's running versus how fast she's moving through the world. Because it's like it just was so jarring to me. Like I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? Deepfake Luke is handicapping a lot of the new stuff. Yeah, and true. And it's like they're just cashing in on old feelings. It's like, guys, quit trying to make fetch happen. I mean, but that's like what the whole new Star Wars did, the new trilogy. They're trying to take advantage of Rey, of Skywalker name. And it's like, oh, this is Rey. Welcome, Rey. But she a Palpatine? Well, hold on. But I thought wasn't she a Skywalker? I just thought it was like I thought it was just the Skywalker legacy. I didn't pay attention really, to be honest with you. Yeah, he sped up a lot of stuff in the Leia chase, but it didn't hold up because it only works when you're enhancing good stuff. Sped up a lot of stuff in the Leia chase, but it didn't hold up because it only works when you're yeah, it's just it was so weird seeing this little girl being like enhanced. They tried to band-aid over what was a poorly shot and yeah, but okay, that scene and Grogu's training scene, both of them really just really hit. I was like, man, this sucks. You should write a story about a young Spaniard who was raised by the natives, not knowing his father is a conquistador who lost him in a flood. You should write a story about a young Spaniard, okay, raised by the natives, not knowing his father is a conquistador. And then he grew. Well, I mean, if you're gonna do that, I feel like, what's it called? If you're gonna do that, you have to raise the Spaniard to hate Spaniards, and then he finds out he is a Spaniard. Just so you're saying you want me to rip off Star Wars? Is that what you're telling me, Hudson? And then he finds out, and his world is shattered because he realizes he's not really good, but he can fight for good. And so then in the thrilling sequel, he comes back and convinces the evil Spaniard landlord to relinquish his hold on the native population. Exactly. Include lightning yeah, dude. It's just like, by like you could have like a lightning, almost like a so in the Inca times they had a mace. It's like it's actually hold on, it's actually really cool because the 4 different kingdoms have different weapons, different fighting styles and everything. But the coastal kingdom, they had a what's like a star mace. So it was like a big ass fucking piece of wood, and then they had a big piece of metal arranged in a star, and you'd swing the shit out of it. And so you could have this like legendary star mace that legend has it that at one time it struck this whatever and lightning crashed from the sky and hit the metal, and it has this scar down the wood of where it kind of, and then it stops right before his hands, right, and it's like the grip is untouched with the scar, the lightning scar, and then like years later he finds the special mace, and then he wields it, and then when he's like about to lose it, like he raises it and lightning strikes and he swings and then puts the lightning into the metal Spaniard's armor, and then he shocks them all, and then it travels from metal to metal, and he's like, or and then he does the splits like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Time Cop. Crazy thing about the Skywalker Grogu stuff is it's superfluous to show. If you haven't seen Mando, you're just confused. Yeah, well, dude, facts. You had to almost like keep up with Mando like religiously. Dude, that would actually be pretty fucking cool, Acute. I'm gonna before I forget that, I'm gonna write that down a little bit. Metallic star mace, rumored to have been struck by lightning, star running down the length of the wood. Main character finds unique mace and wields it against Spaniards at some in final battle. Lightning strikes mace and gets past to Spaniards through their metal armor. Listen, it was a throwback to Yoda and that species being able to be agile even though they don't move fast. Yeah, but then it's like inherently, so Yoda never moved fast. Yoda always, I guess, is using his cane, and then he can jump. I just don't get it. But either way, like I don't mind the Yoda thing so much. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's the Grogu, it's the cinematography of it. I don't even mind Grogu doing his thing. I don't. It's just like the way it was filmed. I literally looked like I was watching a puppet. Like it's like it looked like something Furby would make. And again, I'm sure it's very nice, but it's not fucking Disney quality. That's what hurt the most. Star Wars, dude. Star Wars is the richest universe. Like, can I tell you how much I'm obsessed with Thrawn? Like the Chiss ascendancy, I would kill to see a show about Thrawn, about a super fucking smart general who infiltrates the Empire, all this stuff. Huh, what about the prequels though, Parappa? Yoda is a terror. I mean, watching him fight Dooku was like a revelation. That shit, I remember the first time I saw that, I was like up out of my seat. I couldn't take it. Star Trek is richer. I don't know. I'd never seen Star Trek. Because it felt like it feels so unapproachable. Star Trek does. Star Wars, I'm like, oh, if I watch these three, or at least when I was a kid, it was like if I watch these three movies, then I caught up. And then it's like, okay, now there's just 6 movies. Okay, I can catch up eventually. Now there's 9 and like 2 shows. It's like, okay, now Star Wars is starting to get a little bit unapproachable. I'll be honest. It's the thing. The Disney Plus stuff is an exercise in efficiency using the new volume stuff. They're not able to spend the money based on the volume of content they need for the platform. Oh, true, true. I think in examining that the actual cultures are made of, this is true. I would disagree with scope slash time frame though. If Disney hadn't said fuck the extended universe, we'd have a franchise to challenge Marvel with. Oh, ain't that the truth? Like what the fuck were they like? Really? Like, what in the actual fuck were they thinking when they just like like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Retconned? When they just like said that didn't exist. Yeah, you like that's a good point. It's just like all this stuff. And it was already built too. That's the craziest thing. Like I met Timothy Zahn at AwesomeCon. We were both presenting. I was actually in the same room. I did a presentation in the room after Timothy Zahn, and I was like, man, you guys just went from Timothy Zahn to my dumbass. Like, I am so sorry. But he already had a fuck ton of like books out from previous, and then he just hired him to write the same character again. Like, I was like, okay, well, they didn't need to just delete all that shit. But with the ever expanding galaxy on and only 3 quadrants probably explored, Star Trek fan forever build. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have like way more potential. I feel like in Star Trek, in terms of, but it's just like it's not as fleshed out. I feel like, but I don't know Star Trek like that. But on the flip side though, like you can say Star Wars and someone will say Luke Skywalker, um, but you like people know Darth Vader, people know Luke Skywalker. Shit, I mean, people even know Jar Jar Binks is dumbass. Whereas like, who do you know from what's it called? Star Trek. You know, like Spock, you know, Picard. True, acute. That's a good point. A proper Star Trek Star Wars fight. I've been waiting for this. I think the Naruto fandom wants a word. Khan, Picard, Spock. Yeah, okay, yes. I think that's like the 4 big guys. Dude, don't even get me started. Only because I don't know anything about them. Dude, I'm gonna have to. You guys have on. You guys have at this one. I'm out. I'm out. Talk about some shit I don't know about. Ooh, where'd he go? My land boundaries changed. Where the uncertainty around Cusco. Captain Luffy became so much time to catch up though. It's not that it's too much time invested. It's just Star Wars records. No, dude, it feels it's not that it feels too much time invested. It feels like I'm beyond. Like it's too much. I'm too far behind. I feel like. Shit. To be honest with you. Yes, exactly. I missed the boat. That's what it feels like. But shit. I mean, if I should just start. I should just start and just from now on. Like, oh no, I have no idea what's happening. But I read every single one and I watch everything. But no, he's just a hater. Took me 2 years to actually watch the series. I only did because I had a friend already into the show to watch it. Holy balls. Han, which show is this? One Piece or Naruto? One Piece. Okay. Sometimes I've had a huge anime watch this, but I watch so much live action. dude, it's like between watching Twitch, between playing video games, between like it's just like when the fuck am I gonna watch all this stuff? There's so many short stories that he could have been that finished. Now you got four Thors with your Reddit time. Let's talk about video games. Silly aim training. Just to have to know, do you aim, train / have you ever? Me personally, no, I do not, and I haven't. But shout out to Master GQ. Talks about aim lab all the time and gets on me for not doing it. Acute, do you think I should? Do you think I should throw in some aim labs? Is aim lab a good one? I'm down to throw that in. Okay, what's the alternative? I'm sure. I'm sure. Parappa and Master are interested as well because so acute. Just so you a little bit more about us. Parappa and Master, and there's another guy named Gloria and another one named Savage Pat. Um, we all played COD together, and we were planning on playing Halo for the newest for when Infinite came out. Like the whole plan is like this year was probably going to be a Halo year, right? But then Halo just sucked balls, and so I went to Destiny. Master GQ went to oh my gosh, the Division. The Division, I think. Beat aim, okay. Beat aim. Here, you guys want to watch the trailer with me? Let's go. We'll go watch the trailer. I believe this is the one that Acute's talking about. Dude, this sounds so epic. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. This fucking guy. Ha ha ha. So fucking funny. Hudson. Oh my gosh, is that the next big comedian coming through? I was gonna use that with Kenny Chesney. Okay, cool. 50 minutes of this every day before you get on and you'll see visual. Oh, nice. Okay. I'm trying to is it only on Steam? So cute. Just because of like the flow of the stream and stuff. I mean, if this I like this one. It looks cool. But just because like the stream and stuff, I'll probably just do it at some point during the day. I don't know if I'm gonna do it right. I can't do it right before because I like to go from this writing into Destiny, and so but either way, I'll try and work out. I don't want to poo poo or talk about my schedule when you're trying to give like constructive. Okay, then I'll make it work. That's what I was trying to say. I was like, I don't want to sit here and be like XYZ about feedback or improvement tips. And so if it's important, then I'll do it. Cool. So I'll download it and then yeah, I'll get with it. Probably tomorrow I'll start. Yeah. I'll probably just be like uh stream it, like put some fun music on and chill. Rhythm shooter. I like that. I don't want to stop. No, no, no. Like it's right for disruption. No, I'm just kidding. It's we're just, I like to, as long as I have the writing stream, a good writing portion. And like you see, it's like if I end up chatting, I end up chatting, whatever. But and then I go into the Destiny, um, after. But I'll download it. I do want to download and everything off Steam because I think I have to log into my Steam and stuff. So I'll probably get that set up so I can just hop right into it tomorrow before instead of having to set it up and log in and whatnot. I'll even make a note right now. Download. Uh, Beat aim. Hudson, are you downloading it? I gotta go see do it in my childhood while. Oh shit! just practicing jumping. So so I have my homework. Dude, you had those like those dad reflexes when you're like you like your spidey senses tingle and then you're just like and you save them from themselves. I want to get like the chest backpack and like have like a head facing out and be like almost like in Hangover with Carlos and Zach Galifianakis. Hold on, can I watch One Piece on Netflix? It's on Hulu. Okay, I'll watch. I'm gonna literally just watch the most recent things. I'm because like I feel like at this point I'm just not even gonna. If I give up the back catalog and I'm like I'll start now, I think I can start. I think I can. It's as if I think about all the things that have happened and all the shit I've missed, then I'm just like, ooh, this is a lot. Dude, straight up though. But Naruto's done, isn't it? Like Naruto doesn't exist anymore or isn't continue. I don't think it's continuing. Nice one. Can't miss anything because it didn't get deleted. Oh shit! That's I thought he was saying like in what's it called? Um, like in Happy what not Happy Gilmore Billy Madison, and he was like chlorophyll more like borophyll. That would have been so fucking perfect, man. Man, Disney fucking up. OSU trainer. Here, let me see actually before I can see if I can download it right now. I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well try and start today. Search the Steam store. Beat aim rhythm FPS shooter. Is this game relevant? Early access. purchase for myself. Oh, Hudson, you said you didn't buy it yet. Oh, what? I don't have. Hmm. I thought for sure I already had something on there. We are breaching new exactly. Do, do, do. Uh, Parappa Hudson, you guys want to watch me suck at this? I have to run to the bathroom and real quick, but topple Chris, dude. Christy's gonna fucking wipe the floor with us. What are you talking about? On which leaderboards? Am I okay? Oh no no no! This I wanted to ask you, acute. All right, bet. I did want to ask you though because what leaderboards? Because you said something about like um trials something, and I was like, how did you see that already? And then something about like you're saying now there's leaderboards, and I'm like, well, what leaderboards? Go to your browser, bookmark 3 things. All right, I'm ready. Destiny Tracker. So I have Destiny Tracker on my as a tab on my thing, but I will definitely keep that. And then Trials Report. Destiny Trials Report, got it. And braytech.gg, no space on the last one. Okay. So I have on my phone. I have it won't. It's not reached. Braytech. So with this braytech.gg. Oh, .org. So I have Destiny Tracker, D2 Gunsmith, and then D2 Armor Picker. Downloading data. Whoa, that's cool as fuck. Yeah, I told you, I'm like trying, like legit, like it's just not. I'm just not good. I am trying though. I like to think of myself as a tryhard. Okay. Let's see. I just made them my home pages. Okay, cool. But yeah, let me take a second. I'm gonna. We have time for one-on-one today. Going to catch on gameplay on my end. Yeah, definitely. If you prefer. So acute. I was going to gonna take up my plan is gonna take a 5-10 minute break. I always have to run to the bathroom now and then take care of my dog. And then I was gonna come back, do like 10 to 15 minutes of beat aim, and then I can do the one-on-one first if you'd like, or I can do it later. Whichever one works for you. You just let me know. I can do it after I play whatever. I was gonna play probably Iron Banner today. Okay. And then do you want to play one on one against somebody like a hand picked opponent? and or like against Manny. Manny's hopping on as well. No, you are my opponent. Oh, perfect. And any loadouts? All right. I'm gonna I just make sure anything. Okay. Well, don't get too sad. Stay away from tall buildings and bridges when I'm done. But hey, let me take a quick break. I'll be like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll be back, and then I'll hop on beat aim, and I'll make sure it's all set up and everything, and then we can kind of chill. And then for this practice, I can't preach letting the tilt go if I couldn't do myself. All right, cool.